And welcome into another edition of Coach's Corner. I'm now joined by coach of the EHL Knights, and that's Josh Fusco. It's been a while, Josh, and I do apologize for that. We've all been kind of separated here the last month and change, but we are back finally in the building, and you guys are getting ready for playoffs as you're turning around tomorrow and traveling out to New York to play the New York Applecore in your round one of the EHL postseason. And since it's been so long, let's start with a couple of things that have transpired over the last month. You guys saw Jake Fuss, your captain, called up to the NAHL, which, you know, obviously is something you strive for. All you guys like to get your players moved up and on. But also, of course, you lost your captain, your leading scorer. How did you feel like your guys went out and you know, kind of adjusted once Fuss was up with the NAHL team?
Yeah, you know, obviously it's one of those things that you worry about a little bit, how the team's going to react and how, you know, guys are going to kind of handle that. But you know what, I think all across the board there was a lot of excitement.
Sure.
You know, a lot of guys in that locker room were very happy for Jake, and you know, some of them that have been with him now for 2 years. Obviously, I was very happy, and it was a no-brainer when, you know, we discussed it as a staff and moving forward. It was one of those things that you don't hesitate and say no. You know, you don't hesitate and try and, you know, keep him where he's at. It's so no, it was a very nice. You know, the boys gave him a good hand there after that Applecore series, and you know, it was kind of one of those things. I sent the message. You know, we have a pothole, and every guy's got to grab a handful of sand and throw it in the hole. You know, and fill that hole. So, you know, it was one of those things that. You know, I think it took a little adjusting, lineup-wise. I think some guys, you know, took a little adjusting. You know, getting used to a different line mate. You know, and I have, you know, guys needing to step up to the plate more. And you know, the best way to put it was, you know, we have a hole to fill, and now every guy has to. It's just not going to be one guy. It's not going to be two. It's going to be the whole team. You got to grab some sand, some dirt, throw it in that hole, and fill that hole, and we move forward as a group. You know, and I don't think that there's been a huge difference. Obviously, you know, Jay Fuss is Jay Fuss, and who he is out there is, and what he does is tremendous, and all the accolades he's, you know, you can give him, you know, fill a whole wall full of, you know, achievements of his. But you know, I think this team really kind of got a little motivated. Like, hey, it's time for me to step up to the plate. Hey, if Jake Fuss can do it, I can do it. Hey, if Jake Fuss got called up to the NAHL, that's why I'm here. You know, I got to work harder now. I want to be in his shoes. You know, so you kind of saw guys individually starting to kind of, you know, I guess you'd say they got nipped in the butt a little bit and got a little sour, and you know, I commend them because they kept their heads held high and they kept going, and they kind of saw it. It wasn't a downfall. Why not me? Why him, not me? It was, no, hey, I got to do this now. Right. You know, I got to do what he does, and I got to, you know, act the way he does, and I got to be a leader the way he does. And you know, it's not so much just put the points on the boards. Do what you're here for, that we have you here for as a staff, because of what we see with you in the future. You know, so yeah, it was. You know, I kind of went home a little bit there after that weekend, and you know, you kind of, you know, turn the stones and turn pages and write a bunch of lineups on napkins. And I think I went. You know, I was out to dinner, and my girlfriend took the pen away from me because, you know, I'm sitting there on napkins writing lineups, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? You know, come on, like, you're trying to eat dinner and relax a little bit. The weekend's done. Stop." So, yeah, it was a couple, you know, 24, 48 hours there where my mind was turning a lot. So, but I you know what? You saw it coming.
Yeah.
You know, you saw it coming, and I'm more than happy for the kid. I'm very happy for him, and the strides he's made, and you know, the level he's at now.
Definitely, absolutely. You guys have had some more players come aboard in the last month and change. Some on the up front in the forward ranks, some behind in the on the blue line. One of those guys, Deven Green, goes out and gets his first goal of the season right there on the weekend. I believe that was Friday, or was that Saturday?
Saturday's game.
Saturday. So last game of the regular season, I know it was only his fourth or fifth. He goes out and gets his first goal, but he was an ad. Brian Whalen comes on, of course, in early January, mid-January, and helps out. You know, again, you know, there's a lot of tinkering that goes on with every team in this league. But how do you feel those guys, along with some of the other guys that are kind of on the periphery, have helped this team as you get ready for the playoffs?
Brian Whalen, obviously we saw him a lot last year, and it was kind of that thorn in my side, with that Long Island team. But he needed a change. He wanted to be a Knight.
Yeah.
He wanted to obviously move on to the leagues in '97. He wanted to get to that NCAA college hockey level, and obviously the big thing too is when speaking with his coaching staff down there, Ken Hoey, and it was moving him on to a playoff contending team. It was last year, get him in the playoffs, and then ultimately solidify that spot moving forward for the kid. Academically and hockey.
Sure.
So he came here a little green with some of the stuff that we do, and but he took right to it right away. He took right to the systems. He took right to the up-tempo practices. And for Brian, it was a conversation. Hey, you're coming here. Yes, I need you to big-time offensive presence, a lot of speed on the ice. Yes, that's what you do. But you know what? Let's prepare you for what's next. Let's prepare you for the college life. Let's prepare you for college hockey. With our practices, my style of practices, it's preparing them for the NA. It's preparing them for college hockey. And he walked right in that locker room, and there was no separation. He walked right in. He was part of the family right away. A lot of guys were happy to see him. A lot of guys were very excited that he was coming on board. And he's had a great attitude, and for a little while there, he's, it plays with the kids, a lot, when they're trying to find where they're going to be, and where their new home is going to be the following year, especially, when they're 97. So, I was chomping at the bit, and trying to figure out where he was going to go and what we were going to do, and I have no complaints with Brian. He's been a tremendous addition to this family, and he's loved it, and he's been very very humbled by being here. Deven Green, he was an addition there on the blue line. Compliment my friend Rob Livatore there, coaching 18U team out in Boston, and their season was ending, and it was one of those things. Hey, I can add a few guys, and I really need a defenseman that can step right in this lineup, and. Obviously Evan's a 99, so it's one of those things where you get him in here, get him some game time, get him a couple weeks of practice, and solidify him to be an EHL Knight, the following year. Right. So I'm very happy with Evan. Very happy with his ability to jump right in and get right in the mix of things. He's a good locker room kid. Another one that fits right into our Knights family. Another one that. Is motivated and determined to get to the next level, and he's fitting well nicely. And then obviously, the hard work is he likes to shoot the puck and shoots the puck hard. Yeah. And the reward was he finally got a goal. He scored a goal. So that's nice to see that these kids can come up. Even move these guys to the NA level and have success. But I can bring guys in from the 18U level or youth level, and they can come up and we can have success with them. So, that's a good thing there with Evan. We can talk about, Chucker, Nate Chucker, and obviously, with Fuss leaving, departing, it was moved Brett Padgett. He's wearing the C now, he's the captain, and we put the A on Nate's chest, and, he's, when he first came here, it was this kid's a leader. He's motivated. He's passionate about the game. He's passionate about what he does in life. He's very motivated on what he wants to do with his future. Academically, that's very important to him. And you know what? There was a thing with his pregame preparation, the way he prepares during the week, the way he prepares for games, his vocal leadership. It was a no-brainer to put that A on him, and he's filled that role very nicely. Sure. So. All across the board, I think a lot of guys have jumped up, and the new guys have fit in well and filled nice roles, and it's just we keep the foot on the gas pedal here.
Now, there's two of those names you just mentioned, Nate Chuckrin and Brian Whalen, both committing to school this weekend and into the early week. We were just talking to Tom Kowal, head coach of the Knoll team. It's kind of commitment season. It seems like every day now we're getting someone, which is great. What does it mean to you as their coach to see Brian Whalen go to Framingham State and Nate Chuckrin to Stony Brook? What's the feeling? Obviously it's a good one, but what goes through your head when you hear that news?
You know what, a sense of relief, to be honest with you. These are two kids that, obviously they're 97s. They're in their last year in the junior hockey rodeo, and you know, they came here on a mission. You know, both kids came here with that mission of, hey, I want to be someplace I'm cared about as a hockey player, as a person. I want to be someplace where I can get better and prepare me for the next level, and I want to go to play college hockey, no matter if it's club or NCAA. You know, I need to prepare, and I want to get there. And where do I need to be? You know, can I, you know, and bringing them here and being a part of this organization, obviously put that spotlight on them and help them get to where, you know, get these commitments out of them. So, you know, it was very nice, especially when Brian, you know, kind of got the monkey off his back a little bit and made the commitment. You know, Guy Anger's out there, Framingham, you know, likes Brian a lot, has a lot of great things to say about him. You know, is very excited to have Brian coming in. Nate is very excited about going to Stony Brook because of the academics.
My uncle's a professor there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, great academic school.
Yeah, and you know, he went on a visit. It's a good club program. And that's, you know, for Nate, it was where can I go academically to get me where I want to go.
Right.
And you know, we had a lot of discussions. There's, you know, a lot of schools and a lot of options, and that was the ultimate option for him. And he's very excited. He's happy. I'm happy. You know what? And this comes at a great time because of the playoffs, and now these guys can just, you know, be hockey players and not have that stress and that worry. So, you know, it's, and again, you know, those are two more guys that, you know, we kind of, you know, that are alumni now.
Yep.
And we know that they came here on a mission, and we helped them get to where they're at, future-wise. Tyler Watung was another one. He's actually, you know, my old school, Finlandia University, you know, my old coach up there, Joe Burkar, is back with the program and kind of rebuilding it, and I think shortly here you're going to see something for Tyler Watung. So, you know, it's keeping the fingers crossed on that for him. But you know, and there's a couple other schools that he's looking at, but I think we'll see a commitment out of Tyler here shortly. So he's another one. But yeah, no, it's great. It's good success. You know, Jay Fuss just got named to the EHL all conference team, first team. So yeah, no, it's there's been a lot of success, and you know, as a coach, as a staff, that's the most important thing. And see these guys with smiles on their faces and can play hockey at a high level, and know that they got another 4 years ahead of them, and you know, another year of junior hockey ahead of them and stuff like that is the best feeling in the world, you know.
Well, we'll round it out on this one, and obviously you guys are about to go into the postseason, and your first year back in the EHL. It's a big step, and really this team in the second half of the year has been one of the better teams in the Eastern Hockey League. You know, you're breaking down records, points-wise, anything you want to go. This team's been right up there with the best of them. You beat Applecore 3 out of 4 times, and I think the lone loss was in the shootout. So it's a team that you guys have had success against. What's the mindset of your group heading into that, and what do you think needs to happen for you to come away with a series win there this weekend? Yeah,
and again, that's, you know, I think the beginning of the season, it was, the goal was to make the playoffs, you know, and then all of a sudden we turned things around, and there was a lot of talk in the league. Hey, Wilkes-Barre is the team to beat. Hey, we don't want to play Wilkes-Barre. Hey, Wilkes-Barre this. Everything was Wilkes-Barre, you know. We don't want to play them. We don't want to play them. Oh, you know, we don't want to play them in the playoffs and stuff like that. You know, we just had that article with the junior hockey mag there, and you know, that's what they touched on is, you know, teams are worried about your speed and you know, your grittiness, your forecheck and stuff, and you know what, that's the message. We got to play our style. Don't change anything just because it's the playoffs. You know, practice is kind of, you know, this week is kind of just, you know, run through the basics, run through you know, the systems, and just kind of, you know, make sure we're tuned up on everything. And then we know what Applecore is going to bring to the table. You know, we played them 4 times. Every game has been a tough game with them. You know, like we match up. The way we match up is their battles. You know, their battles, and I think that last series down there, it kind of was a little blood boiling, you know, at times. And you know what, we got the win, and then, you know, they beat us in the shootout, and you know, we picked apart their style, we picked apart the way they play in video, and really what it comes down to, Tim, is we got to play our style. You know, we got to play our way, You get pucks in, the forecheck needs to be relentless. Pucks in net. You know, we need to have solid goaltending. Everybody needs to be consistent. You know, it's the playoffs, so everybody's going to be amped up another level. You know, Applecore's going to be fired up. They're at home. You know, they're going to come out hard. You know, they're going to come out and get in your face early, and you know, we just got to play our way. Stay out of the crap. Stay out. You know, be disciplined. You know, something that I've been preaching to them is you know, a disciplined hockey player plays a different, you know, disciplined hockey game, and disciplined hockey wins hockey games. So, you know, that's been pretty much the motto here. I know, you know, we're excited. Yeah, at first I think some guys are, you know, are a little too excited or a little too, like, you know, it's a whole new year now. Right. You know, anything could happen in the playoffs, and then, you know, you got to find that happy medium with the emotion. Can't be too high, can't be too low, and you're gonna be okay. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's exciting. It's nice to, you know, have the success we've had with these players individually, but, you know, to see this team after a rough patch there at the beginning to finally, you know, make the playoffs. And obviously it's not the goal, you know. The goal is we want to win it all. Yeah. You know, but we know the road ahead of us. Right. And we know it's, you know, it's a brick wall, and we just got to tear it down piece by piece. You know, it'd be nice to grab that sweep this weekend and kind of have an off day, and, you know, kind of end the series early for us. But you know, that's obviously, and I think any team wants to go for a sweep. Sure. So, you know, if just take it 5 minutes at a time, take it, you know, step by step, game by game, and we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. I'm ready to go, and I can't wait to load that bus tomorrow and get down there and you know, start these playoffs with a bang. So.
The Knights will take on the New York Applecore in a best-of-3 series. The first 2 games are on Friday and Saturday. The third game, if necessary, will be on Monday. You can check www.easternhockeyleague.org for times for each of those puck drops. And we wish, Josh, you the best of luck, as well as your team, as you guys embark here on your playoff run.
Yep, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.